Hi everybody, this is a video about general health of rats and what things to look out for and what things you should be alarmed about. There's like a general sort of, like us, they get sick during their lifetime. This is basically just letting you know what to be worried about and what to go to your vet about. The general sort of signs of illness are like a rat would be all hunched up and kept to itself. It would be kind of lethargic, and its coat would be all fluffed up and messy. It would be like uninterested in food or your attention, which is really strange for a rat. So like you'd notice pretty quick if your rat was acting weird. Its eyes may be half closed, and breathing may appear laboured. So if your rat shows these symptoms or others that worry you, just consult your vet and they should be able to help you. So rat's mucus is stained red, so like their tears and the mucus in their nose is red. It may be present if your rat is ill or distressed, like if you've just moved house, or like if you've introduced a new rat and they're not feeling good about the whole situation or something. So as long as it doesn't last for like more than a few days, your rat should be okay. Just keep an eye on your rat, and if it does last for more than a few days, just talk to a vet. There's another thing that's common in rats with pink or red eyes. It's not really so much with dark-eyed rats. And they'll like move from side to side, and it's called head weaving, and it's because they're trying to judge distance. Like my rats do it all the time. Like when I stick my hand in the cage, they're like, oh, where are you? What is that? How far away are you? It's basically just to see where you are. So if your rat is like wheezy or noisy breathing or is sneezing like a lot, like more than normal, it's a sign of like infection, respiratory infection. Like many rats can carry this disease. It's called mycoplasma. Mycoplasma can like carry it but not give it like they don't suffer from it. That's why it's always good to quarantine your rats for a couple of weeks before you put them in another cage with another rat. Right, so if your rat starts to wheeze or like have heavy noisy breathing, you'll need to like keep an eye on it, and if it gets worse then you need to take it to the vet to try and see if they can do anything for it. Because it can like lead to emphysema and bronchitis and pneumonia, which is very bad, and lung abscesses, which are even worse. That would sort of really hurt the breathing. But don't freak out if your rat sneezes like every once in a while, because it's perfectly normal for a rat to sneeze. Also, wheezing and sneezing could also be a sign that you're using the wrong kind of bedding. Like pine sawdusts, most sawdusts apart from aspen are usually full of dust, and that's like wreaks havoc on a rat's little lungs, because they do only have tiny lungs, and like it's not very fair to give them like a dusty bedding. I use newspaper and recycled cat litter, paper cat litter, which has no dust. So my rats are all wrapped, aren't just. Another common thing in female rats, some male rats can get it as well, but mostly as they get older, they can develop tumours in their bellies, on their bellies, like under their arms, down their sides, and on their backs. And they start off as a pea-sized thing, and you'd probably be able to feel them if you were handling them, like I'm handling her. And as soon as you find a tumour, you should go to the vet, because the quicker you get it, the more likely it is that the vet will be able to do the operation. An operation can be anywhere from like £35, which is like $40, to £125, which is about $130 to $135. And you want to make sure your closest vet has experience in rats, but they'll usually charge about the same as doing an operation on a cat, because small animals are harder to operate on because you have to be more like precise. There you go to bed. She won't stay still. So if it has a tumour, as soon as you find it, bring it to the vet. They're also known for skin problems, like scabs. Scabs can be caused by excessive scratching or an infestation with parasites such as mites. May not be visible to the naked eye, but it can also be a dietary problem if you're not feeding them the right food. So diet-related skin problems may be caused by an allergy to peanuts or certain other types of protein-rich foods. or an adverse reaction to artificial additives in processed pet food. The usual culprits include peanuts, some brands of dog food, the brightly coloured biscuit often found in rodent mix, like those red things, or sunflower seeds can cause it as well. But I don't know if many of my rats don't seem to react to anything. Like there is one of them, she scratches here too much and her hair comes off, but her skin's never red or irritated. And the same with my other one, she has like a wee patch here where she always scratches, but it's never red or irritated, it just goes a bit bald and then all the hair grows back again. But as long as the skin isn't red or irritated, it should be alright. So if your rat is having any of these problems, the best way to treat it is, first of all, you would take out all the foods that were like I listed, so that's peanuts, dog food, brightly coloured biscuits and the rat mix, and some sunflower seeds. So you cut them out of their diet for 10 days, and if there's improvement, then that's the problem. Also, if you can, clip back toenails to avoid them from scratching so much. Treat the existing skin abrasions or scabs with an antiseptic ointment. And that's what you do, really. One of the worst things that I've seen, like I've seen so many people with big fat rats on the internet, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're abusing your animal. So that's like, because they have no, like if you give them something tasty, they're gonna go and it'll run away and eat it, like a bun or something, or like it's alright if it's like, every once in a while I give my rat like a little bit of a sweetie or something, like, but that would be like once every couple of weeks. So fat rats live shorter lives because they're more prone to tumours and more susceptible to infection because their immune system is weakened, and they're also less likely to recover from surgery if they do have a tumour and you need to get them operated on. Like rats are like children, like they'll eat whatever they're given. Like kids prefer cookies and chocolate and sweeties, but you wouldn't give your kid cookies and chocolate and sweeties all the time because you know that it would have really bad health implications. It's the same with a rat. So give them a good healthy balanced diet, and you really should let your rat out for like an hour every day, but even 20 minutes a day. If your like schedule's tight, 20 minutes a day, just let them go crazy. During hot weather, rats are prone to heat exhaustion, so you need to make sure, like if it's a hot day, you need to put ice cubes in their water or give them a wee bowl of ice cubes, and they can like have fun with those. My rats love ice cubes. Like you should see them trying to lift it up. It's like, it's cold, so they don't understand why it's like they can't touch it, but they want to lick it and take it into their house and all. And they love cold things also, and on hot days they can get very dehydrated, so you always need to make sure there is like clean cold water ready for them to drink if they're really thirsty. So they mainly regulate the temperature through their tail and their foot pads. So if you provide a bowl of cold water, a hot rat can cool herself down by like paddling in it. She can put her feet in it and her tail can run through it. And also if you live in like a hot place and you have a big like room fan, you can put the near the cage, and it would like, you know, when it's moving around it can blow a nice breeze into the cage, so that helps good circulation. Also frozen vegetables, or less like a rat ice log, and just make sure the cage isn't in direct sunlight. So that's all of the general rat sort of health problems that I know of. So until next time, I'll see you later.